Tonight, Russia says no to Trump, declaring in no uncertain terms that Putin is not meeting face-to-face with Zelensky.
There is no meeting planned. Putin is ready to meet with Zelensky when the agenda would be ready for a summit. And this agenda is not ready at all.
Remember, this is what White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt said about a Putin-Zelensky meeting.
And I understand accommodations for that meeting are underway. I can assure you that the United States government and the Trump administration is working with both Russia and Ukraine to make that bilateral happen as we speak.
Trump, for his part, with all of this falling apart, is going back to a familiar talking point.
We're going to see whether or not they have a meeting. It'll be interesting to see. And if they don't, why didn't they have a meeting? Because I told them to have a meeting. But I'll know in 2 weeks what I'm going to do.
2 weeks. You know, at this point, sort of wondering, does he do it on purpose? I mean, because he loves that time frame. He uses it on all sorts of topics, specifically on Russia and Ukraine, just among others. Trump loves a 2-week deadline.
Do you trust President Putin? You know, in about 2 weeks.
Do you still believe that Putin actually wants to end the war?
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks.
We have a buyer for TikTok, by the way.
Who's the buyer?
I'll tell you in about 2 weeks.
This as Russia continues to build a dangerous alliance with one of the world's most ruthless dictators, North Korea's Kim Jong-un. CNN's Will Ripley is out front.
Russia unleashing one of its heaviest bombardments in weeks. Hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles slamming into Ukrainian cities. And more than 4,000 miles away, North Korea, for the first time admitting its own soldiers died in Vladimir Putin's war, staging a high-octane performance complete with a military band visually illustrating the death and destruction. Once a national secret, now a national spectacle, Kim Jong-un's troops hailed as heroes. Stories glorifying soldiers who shot themselves in the head or pulled grenade pins to avoid capture. The message, dying for their leader, even by suicide, is the ultimate sacrifice. For nearly a year, Pyongyang rarely acknowledged that its troops were even fighting for Russia. Despite estimates of more than 11,000 sent into battle, Western officials say as many as 4,000 killed or wounded. Now they're remembered in public ceremonies. Kim pinning medals on portraits, consoling grieving families. More than 100 faces on this memorial wall, each one tied to a war North Korea barely acknowledged until now.
Why do you think it's taken so much time for North Korea to publicly acknowledge what the rest of the world has known?
Kim Jong-un has to completely control the narrative inside the country because he's very afraid of backlash against himself.
Meanwhile, the war in Ukraine shows no sign of slowing, even as U.S. President Donald Trump pushes for a face-to-face peace deal that so far is going nowhere. Instead, Moscow is tightening its wartime alliance with Pyongyang. Kim sending troops and artillery, Putin sending money and missile technology. The Center for Strategic and International Studies uncovered this, a secret North Korean missile base under construction for 2 decades, potentially capable of hitting any city in the U.S. Seth Jones with CSIS says Russia may be helping bankroll it.
Russia is providing missile technology to the North Koreans, and North Korea is now gaining battlefield experience.
Kim's meeting with returning generals suggests this may be just the beginning. Propaganda preparing his country for more war in Ukraine and perhaps beyond.
And tonight, Ukrainian and Western intelligence believe as many as 30,000 more North Korean troops could soon be sent to Russia, Aaron. Analysts say Pyongyang's new narrative could be laying the groundwork for a surge of reinforcements.
Incredible, 30,000. Wow, Will, thank you so much. In Taipei tonight. And before we go, a major update to a story that we've been following closely with you, and that is the story of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. the Maryland man, father of 3, who the Trump administration mistakenly deported to El Salvador. He is, for now, free. CNN captured the moment that Abrego Garcia walked out of a Tennessee prison today after 5 months in custody. Now he's headed back to Maryland to see his family. The Trump administration maintains that Abrego Garcia is an MS-13 gang member. They have charged him with human smuggling. But the administration has wavered on whether they would try to deport him before the trial starts. Attorneys for Abrego Garcia released a statement to Outfront telling us that, quote, while his release brings some relief, we all know that he is far from safe. ICE detention or deportation to an unknown third country still threaten to tear his family apart. A measure of justice has been done, but the government must stop pursuing actions that would once again separate this family. Of course, we will all see what happens from here. Thank you so much for joining us.